Hey, welcome back to Taking Trades. My name is Jimmy and this is our channel where we like to show entries, exits, talk about ETFs, large cap stocks, scalping, anything day trading related. So welcome. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, give me that thumbs up and let's jump into the day. So February 6th, 2019. It was so slow this morning. I didn't feel like anything was happening anywhere. So I started looking at large caps after I followed natural gas. Natural gas, I couldn't get a read on it this morning. It didn't seem like it was doing much of anything, and it was kind of just hugging my 15 EMA and just sort of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which is good for taking entries and exits, but my range or my profit potential wasn't worth it. It was so small in either direction that just kept waiting for it and waiting for it. Nothing was happening. So I went ahead and started looking around at large caps, and I stumbled upon Facebook moving around a little bit. And I'm actually excited to shoot this video because today I ended up red. I took one single trade, but I managed my risk perfectly. And so I'm gonna show you that trade. First, I'm gonna go over the price action, show you what I was thinking with the logic with getting into this trade, and then I'll show you where I placed my stop loss, and then I'll turn on my trade so you can see where my entry was and my exit. It was a situation where if I wouldn't have been managing my risk and if I weren't emotionless about it, I could have really been hurt today because I saw such a drastic slapping down of price action. So it got super volatile for about 3 minutes, but that 3 minutes could have completely destroyed me. So for anyone that has any questions about risk management or who's curious about using hard stops versus mental stops, this might give you a little information and help you decide like maybe what's best for you. Today, after this experience, it made me a pretty firm believer in that I like to have a hard stop in place. I like to have a spot where I know I'm gonna exit, and that way I don't have to make the decision in the heat of the moment. When it comes down to it, I can't talk myself out of it. The stop's already placed. So it just keeps me even less emotionful, if that's a word, and keeps me just calm. I don't have to worry about it. I put the trade on, I know where my target is, I know where my stop loss is, and I just hang out and wait. I'm either gonna win or lose. So I'm right either way. I'm either gonna win or lose. So anyway, let's jump into that trade on Facebook. It happened right away early in the morning, and we'll just kind of talk about that. And then if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And thank you guys again for the live cast yesterday. We had about 10 people show up. It was awesome. We answered some questions, we got to interact. I feel like I got to provide a little bit of value on some things that I have thoughts on, so I thought that was kind of cool. We crossed 200 subscribers last night. We're at 211 as I'm filming this video, so that is amazing because my goal was to try to hit 200 subscribers by the end of February. And it's February 6th and we've already done it, so I don't know. Maybe now we make the goal 300? I don't know. We'll just kind of see where it goes. But anyway, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. And let's dive into this Facebook trade. Let's jump in. Here's Facebook. So, what happened this morning? You know what? First of all, let's just look at, we got to look at NG. We got to just look at how bad it was. I just got to point it out. If you didn't follow /NG this morning, I don't know. I feel like you didn't miss anything. It was so weird. So at the market open, I mean, look at this. So the market opened at 7:30 my time right here. And look at this 15 exponential moving average, this blue line. So top VWAP, bottom VWAP, middle VWAP. Look at this. It pulls up, back, hugs the line, away from the line, back to the line. Away, 15 here, 15 EMA, 15 EMA, 15 EMA. You see how it's not doing anything? It's just like nothing. So if I go to my drawing tools, let's just measure this. Let's say you had this dip and you were thinking, oh yeah, maybe I'll buy UGAZ to the long side. All right, let's see what your
massive profit would have been? 0.23%. It was just really hard today. It didn't do anything. And then around here, and then it dipped. So then it came back up and just kept hugging it. It just literally followed the 15 EMA all morning long. And then I wasn't in the market watching this after 10, but we got this huge push, right? And so people might be thinking, okay, maybe now we're going higher. So it spends like a week trying to get all the way back down, and it does. It pops up a little bit, but it's still close to the 15 EMA. So people might be thinking, oh, here comes the VWAP bounce. We're going to hit and then keep going. Hits the VWAP, rolls right over. So I imagine there were some people who got stopped right in this area at the low here, because this was sort of setting up a support level. I bet people got stopped out and then just watched this thing just follow the 15 EMA again until the day was literally over. So just a tough day on natural gas. I don't know what, they're just slow. So anyway, that was a little bonus natural gas talk there, but back over to Facebook. So here's what happened. I was following Facebook on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 5 minute. And what I noticed was, and what I have here is the high from yesterday, the low from yesterday, and then the close from yesterday, which are all important to have on your chart. So I have those on each chart each day, just to have a good reference there. Then I've got the VWAP, the middle VWAP. I've got the 50 simple moving average that helps with determining which direction the trend is in. And what we got this morning was two big bullish green candles pushing up right away. And when I saw that, I was thinking about yesterday, how that really didn't happen. And then I saw this candle sort of slow things down. This one push back. Then we get a nice red sort of doji here. We're still on the VWAP, and that's fine. It came down, touched this EMA, which is the 15. And I thought, okay, I'm going to buy, this is a beautiful pullback. I'm going to buy the break of this body, the next 5 minute candle to break this body to go long. We had the VWAP, we had the 50 simple moving average. They were all pointing up in the bullish direction. So when it pulled back, we hit here. I bought this as it crossed. It topped out and paused. It sort of floated a little bit, and it slammed back down. And then it slammed back down. And it ended up going down here to 169.60 in the matter of just, these couple candles. So here was the crazy thing. I put my stop right here. The low of this candle was 171.47. So this is what you do to manage your risk. I know that when I go into this trade, if this is going to be a nice bull flag setup with a pullback and going higher, I know that I'm not interested in this trade if it goes below the low point of the pullback. So the pullback is here. The low on this is 171.47. So I'm going to place my stop at 171.46, right below it. And then I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to let it ride. And then my target is obviously the break of this high, to see it break higher. So I set that up, and let me turn on my trades here. And so you can see, I got long at 171.72, which would have been right here. So that you can see it was just at the break of that body, a penny up. It pushed up, I had a tiny bit of profit, and then it hovered, it stalled for a minute, which I was fine with. I was even okay with it even closing down here and having even more of just a neutral doji, and then having the next candle go high. I was okay with that too. And then it started to push down and hover and not coming back up, and then in a matter of seconds it just slammed down. And so it took out my stop, and it stopped me out at 171.45, which if you look where my lines are crossing here, 171.45 is right there. 1 penny below this low, and I got 1 cent of slippage. It was a perfectly managed trade in that it was a loser. It didn't work. It was a loss, and that's fine. And you can see I took an $81 loss. I took 300 shares. Now, let's say I had my mental stop here. My mental stop would have activated when this slammed down, but it was slammed down, and by the time I would have decided, okay, I'm going to get out because this is breaking down, I would have been down here somewhere. I would have had a much larger loss. This would have been, in between $100 and $200 of loss. So, and that's not good risk management because, at 300 shares, wanting to sell the break of this high, I was looking at, a goal of $120 to $150 profit, close to 160, trying to hit 2 to 1. But if I'd have let it slam down on me, I would have lost, essentially 2 to 1 would have been reversed almost. I would have lost my 2. So not a good way to play it. So I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite trades I've taken this year. And I know that sounds strange. I lost, $81 loss. Nobody likes that. But I'm extremely proud of this trade because as easily as it went south on me and stopped me out, it could have ripped up. This could have been a huge trade. And I could have sold into it, part position, and kept riding it higher. It could have been a massive trade. It wasn't its time. And the market was really sluggish today. So, it kind of, I can say, oh, well, maybe that had something to do with it. But today, it just didn't work. Will I take this same trade tomorrow if it presents itself? Absolutely. And that tells me I'm on the right track. That tells me I'm taking the right trades and maintaining rules and being disciplined, because if you take a trade and you lose and you ask yourself, would I take that trade again tomorrow if it presents itself? If you say no, then there's something wrong with either your risk management or some component of your entry or exit strategy. But if you say, yes, absolutely, I'll take this trade every day of the week, then you're on the right track. Because if I hit this tomorrow, the same thing happens and I take it and I win, I'm going to be up $150 to $160, $70, $80. So I will easily make this back because I'll be shooting for that 2 to 1 ratio. So I'll wipe out my loss from today and then add to the green side. So it's just all about risk management, and this I thought was a perfect example, so I wanted to show it to you guys. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you had any hard stops or mental stops today. Let me know if this changes your opinion. I'll be curious to hear. If you are a mental stop person, are you maybe considering putting in hard stops? This was a perfect example. I know where my exit is before I enter a trade, so why not put a hard stop in and, I don't know, let it, take the emotion out of it. So I want to hear your opinions both ways. Leave comments below. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you feel like I deserve it. I'm excited to go live again soon. I think we're going to do that hopefully maybe later this week, maybe early into next week. I don't know. We'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, go ahead and let me know if you have topic ideas for the next live stream, and then I'll come up with some examples of things and we'll get rolling right out of the gate so we can get to the good stuff. So hope you guys were green. Hope you had a great day. And hopefully tomorrow we get a little more volatility and a little more movement out of the market. I know Twitter is reporting earnings at 7 a.m., so I'll be watching that. And I also believe Grub, G-R-U-B, is reporting earnings at 7:30, so we'll keep an eye on those. Again, we'll watch natural gas. I'm down on natural gas right now. It bummed me out today. It just didn't seem to do much. So I will be watching it, but maybe from a distance in the morning. So we'll just kind of see what that does. But anyway, sorry to ramble on. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.